Okay, by this point you should actually have two functions written as well as having your basic map. If I run it, the two commands you should have written, the first one is to print the map out. And if you do print map, empty bracket, it should print out a nice picture of your map. I've taken out the special code that printed out the locations now. That was so I could actually talk you through what was happening with the get location. So if I did get location and went to 11.0, remember counting from 0, the y direction is the row, so I'm in the top row, and position 11 is actually the 12th character, so we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And when I do that location, I get some gold come out, the G. If I tried doing 12.3, that's a closed door. I get the equals. So our job today is to write a function that will take those characters and give us a proper description. Now we're going to have two of them. The descriptions are going to be twofold. You're going to have a description for the location itself, and then secondary, you're going to have a location if you were looking at there from somewhere nearby. So if I was to say, I want to see what's it, I'm at the door, or I'm outside the door, that character there. So that would be 12.2. If I say look around, I should see meadows to the left and right, I can see a bridge to the north, and I can see a door to the south. So it would probably tell me, I'll say, oh, you can see a couple of a meadow, door, and a bridge, depending on which order you read it. So we've got looking for two functions to describe what's happening. The first function will make the description for the location itself. So again, same as we did with the get location, we do def describe, and rather than passing in the letter, I'm going to pass in the coordinates. Yeah, we're going to pass in the coordinates. I was considering saying let's pass in just the object and describe it, but I think for this full description it's probably easiest if we just take that function. So the first thing I need to know is I've got the world map, so I can use a global world map. That means this function can see that variable, and it's the same for everybody. Remember, functions and procedures, the idea is they are self-contained programs as much as possible. Next part is I need to know what object is there, or what is at that location. So I'm going to get location is equal to getLocn, and my coordinates x and y. Now this might explain to you why this function getLocation was useful to write. I don't need to worry now about how do I convert x and y into something on this map. It's already going to be done for me. So oh, I forgot to put in my comment. So we need to say give a long description for a location. Okay, so this will get the location out, and now I've got a choice. There's a couple of ways of going about doing describing each of these things. The simple one, which is a fairly basic way to do it, if you use it, fine, I'll accept the code. It'll be in there in the grade Bs, but we're going to make a lookup, and the way we're going to look up in the first version is we're going to say if the location is, and what objects have I got? Well, by default I've got the space. So if I'm in the middle of nowhere, I want to say what the location is. So I'm going to return, or I'm going to create a description, and it's probably easiest if I create the variable here with nothing in it. So we're going to create a function that will describe that description. If it's blank, my description is a basic piece of text. It says you are in an open meadow sorry, open meadow. And this is where those lovely descriptions that you were working on over the holidays should be coming in. With sun on your face. And if you're not familiar with this next part, what I can do is I can make Python continue on the next line by finishing my quote, putting a backslash on the end, and then when I come back down, I can carry on with my text. You're in an open meadow with sun on your face and a hut nearby. So it's actually saying what's basically in the area. And that's my basic description for a space. My next line is, if it wasn't that location, if the location has in it some wavy line, remember that's in the top left-hand corner of the keyboard, my description is, you have slipped into some fast-flowing mountainous waves. Fast-flowing, foamy waves. Again, I'm going to continue on the next line and say, of a river. Now, next lesson we'll be talking about what happens with these sorts of locations. Oh, you can't go into there really. If I then do elif locn equals G, my description is you've got some gold on the floor. So my description is a meadow, an open meadow, but your foot moves carry the line again, moves a bag, and a golden coin falls out. I'm going to pause there. I'm going to just put a few more descriptions in while you're not watching. Okay, I've just put a few more descriptions in, and what I've come down to is at the end, just in case I try looking up something that I don't know, I've put in a catch-all statement that will actually say, here's the description, you should not see this message. And the idea is that when someone gives that location, it will not print out a meaningful message, and we should not see this message at any time. So I'll just scroll this back to the start and then go save and run it. Sorry, invalid syntax. Anybody know what the error is? Show me else. Notice else can have multiple statements as part of the command, so it should have a colon on the end. And so having got my description, I'm just going to return the description to whichever program has called it. So I now save it and I'll run it. Program's run. Let's do the print map again. So there's my map. Remember at 11.0 there was some gold. So this time if I ask it to describe the function describe that we just defined with its keyword, notice the command and its helper function description. At the position 11.0, let's see what message comes in. You're in an open meadow, but your foot moves a bag and a golden coin falls out. So now we're actually getting the descriptions we would like. Just to show you a problem, I haven't defined the bridge yet. So if I go to 12.1, you should not see this message. That's because nowhere in this description have I given you the description of the bridge. Let's try next to it. Describe position 13.1. So that's to the right. You've slipped into some fast-flowing, foamy waves of a river. So this is how we're getting those descriptions out now to people. I could try the door, which is going to be 13.3. Oh, 13.3 should be an equals. Oh no, that's the wall. Sorry, I haven't described the wall yet. Describe 12.3. That should be my door. A solid open door, everything you try does not work to make the door move. So that's one basic way. If you are, I will ask you to have a look at the following method as well, and I'll show you how you can access it. Let's define the wall, and I'm going to define the wall as something called a dictionary in Python. Other things call them hash tables. Just like with our lists, so I could do world map and say position number 3. That takes me a string and it tells me what there is in position 3. A dictionary has a slightly different way of being created. So I can create a list of descriptions. And rather than using square brackets, I use curly brackets. And there's a couple of weirdnesses about this that you might want to consider when we go through. So I'll just show you the technique, and if you're interested in it, I'll go and redo the video that I've just done, and we'll change that so that it shows how we can do this using dictionaries. The advantage with dictionaries is we can load them up very quickly from and not have to keep rewriting code. So you could actually have a series of descriptions stored on a file, and they're easy to read in. So let's do the description for my wall. So the first thing is I give it a key. This is the thing that I'm going to use to find the text. And within it, you say this key gives, and it's a colon. It's a weird structure. And I'll say the next part is the description for that wall. So this is the wall of the hut. Your magical cat powers have made you part of the wall. So really, you shouldn't ever see this again either. So I close that, and I've got a description. I can add to the description, or yeah, I can add to that description. Pretty certain I can do it this way, and give it the open door. So you are passing through a door. It creaks. As you pass. So I should now have 2 descriptions. And the way I can actually ask what's in there is I can do, instead of a number, I give whatever this key was, this first letter. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't find the W. Was that because I redefined it? Yeah, I redefined it. So my mistake was I didn't continue defining my next part of my dictionary. So they need to be defined in one go. There we go. Now, hopefully when I do desk of W, it describes a wall. If I say describe, yeah, it tells me that I'm in the door. So this gives us a way of actually just creating a variable to hold all my descriptions rather than having to look them up. If you're interested, that you can go and have a look at the video that will be put up with this. If not, you can use this method of describing to describe all your code. And